Hi everybody, so I will be talking about 3 KvK matches today. The first one is K6 versus K60, and you can see there that K6 really did extremely well and completely thrashed K60. The next match I'll be talking about is K63 versus K42, and there K42 came out on top, although it was fairly close. And then lastly, I'll just mention the new kingdom I've moved to, K141 versus K151, and there K141 also dominating and doing extremely well. So 2 out of the 3 KvKs that I took part in were actually extremely boring because, yeah, extremely boring, especially compared to last KvK because it was clear winners. So a lot of the people weren't interested in fighting, and all you could end up doing was gathering. Whereas K63 versus K42 was a lot closer, and that one was a bit more interesting to actually take part in. So let's wait and see what happens with the rules for next KvK. So let's have a look at K6 versus K60. You can see over there it was really an unfair pairing. K6 landed up getting close to 6 billion points, and K60 just under 1.5 billion points. Okay, so if we go and have a look at the alliance's performance, there you can see the ruling alliance, JEH, sitting on the top and scoring really the most amount of points in comparison to the other alliances. So when we have a look in a bit more detail here to see what is going on, we can really see that JEH did really, really well. And I think a lot of that was because they were able to take a lot of the castles as well as King's Landing in both kingdoms, and then able to stack it with T4s and hold it and score the most amounts of points. And of course, there also weren't a lot of kill points, so most of the points were obtained by gathering and great castles. So for me, not really an accurate reflection of how much effort the alliances put in, basically because there wasn't much to do. If we have a look at the solo point ratings, you can see JEH coming in really, really well. The King Henry BP scoring the most amount of points, and then JEH continuing to do well, and a lot of that would be because of their troops that were sitting in King's Landing. When we have a look at the kill points, and we go back, we can see actually that K60 had more kill points, the player sitting on the top, and that's not really surprising because K6 had more players, so there were more troops to kill, and that is why they were able to get more elimination points. So over there in comparison, Henry BP, the king and the top player on K6 only coming in third. So definitely congratulations to our most valued player, Henry BP, for scoring the most amounts of points, as well as to Henry BP from K6 for scoring the most amount of eliminations for K6. But overall, I must say, not a very exciting KvK, probably one of the most boring KvKs that I've actually ever taken part of. Okay. So we then move on to the next one I'll be reporting on, which is K63 versus K42. And this one was a very, very close one. You can see the point difference there of 272 million. So definitely one of the most closely contested battles between K63 and K42. However, when we go and have a look and see what's going on in the alliances, you can see their rest in pieces really dominating the points that was scored and actually scoring close to almost all of the points for K42. So K42 doing really well and scoring a lot of those points. And if we go and have a look, you can see sitting there with some very, very powerful players. Also to keep in mind that it was Festival of the Moon during KvK, so there could have been explain why some of the players weren't there. So if we go in and have a look in a little bit more detail, we can see there the different percentages. So you can see BSK scored 32%, System Lords 18%, W51 13%. So very much a fair performance from the alliances. And they all actually ended up performing fairly consistent in terms of their fairly consistent in terms of their power and their KvK scores, but honestly really couldn't match up to Rest in Pieces, who really just dominated. If we go and have a look at the solo points, there we can see Rest in Pieces scoring the most amount of points, probably because they were sitting in the great castles. And then the most valued player would be Texan, again, from K63, from SYM, and coming in as the first player. And then moving on, you can see BSK coming in at 11 and 12. So really only one player, Texan, in the top 10 in terms of points scored. So there we have Texan coming through in 6th place, and he's been consistently, well, they've been consistently performing well in KvK. If we have a look at the solo kill ratings, there again we can see Texan coming in 3rd place, followed by Zenetic in 4th place. It's quite interesting though that if you go and have a look at the rankings, you can see OGS, who doesn't feature in KvK. However, they are sitting with the most powerful player, followed by King Goran from BSK and then Zerby. There's Texan coming in as the 4th most powerful player in the kingdom. So if we go and have a look at Fandifan and King Goran, let's go and see where they sit in the rankings. So if we go and have a look over here, there we go, King Goran, 2nd most powerful player, coming in 12th place. And there's Fandifan, most powerful player in the kingdom, coming in 21. So most value killer definitely then goes to Texan. However, it looks as though that K63 needs to be doing a bit more working together and getting some more kills and having the top players pull their weight if they want to continue doing well in KvK. So the next kingdom I'm going to report on is K141 versus 151. This is a new kingdom that I've recently moved to. And we can see over there that K4141 won quite considerably with over 2 billion points scored compared to K151, who scored under 700 million points. However, I must say, when I try and have a look at these alliance point scores, I have no clue what is going on, because we can see here VCH scored over 1 billion points. Romania scored over 1 billion points. The Peacemakers scored over 1 billion points. But in total, it is only 2. Total of 2 billion points, but yet in terms of the alliances, they've landed up scoring more than the total points. So obviously, I know the Peacemakers, who are fairly new to K1, who are new to the kingdom, new to 141. But you can see over there, I think they're actually still based in K22. And that is why this is messed up. Okay, so I actually can't report on the point scores, but if we look at the total amount of points scored, there we can see the Freedom Makers doing extremely well. All 3 points, top 3 points are from FHS, with Rafab scoring the most amount of points. If we go and have a look at the kill points, there we can see that actually FRK scored the most amount of eliminations, but Bachor and then Rafab coming in second and third place. So really, K141 was actually dominated by FHS, and the most valued point scorer, most valued player is Rafab, with Kumi in second place. But if we go to the kill points, the most valued killer there is Bachor. So really well done to FHS. As I say, I can't see what's going on in the alliance scores, but just looking at the solo point scores, it really looks like most of the points there were scored by FHS. There we go, and there's the ruling alliance coming in 8th and 9th place. But most of it really dominated by FHS. So well done to the Peacemakers. Good job. Keep it up.